أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We are reaching the last third of Ramadan, and in this section, in this 20th section, what we find is an essential message of Islam, a verse that is bringing us back to the essential teaching, that while we are trying to come close to God, that while we should not forget that there is life after this life, we should also be careful not to neglect this life, and we have to take our share of this life, not to be completely absent, not to reject everything which was given to us by God in our time, in our life. And this is what we find in the Quran. وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارِ الْآخِرَةِ. Seek in what God has given you, the last abode, the life after the life, what is coming after this life. But وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Don't forget, don't neglect your share in this life, because this is also part of what Allah gave you. وَأَحْسِنْ كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. And spread what is good, give and promote what is good, and be good as Allah, as God has been good with you. This essential teaching here, it's important for us. Yes, we should remember that there is life after life. We should remember that one day we'll come back to God. But that is not, the meaning is not that we have to neglect this life. In this life, we should understand that there are pleasures and there are things that are good for us, and that we have to take them, and we have to experience them, we have to taste them as part of this life. And we should be able to feel good. Believing in God doesn't mean that we feel bad in this life, that we feel bad with our fellow human beings, that we are not unable to experience pleasure and feeling good and life as something which is a gift given by God. That's essential here. أحسن كما أحسن الله إليك. And what we have to do in this life is take what you can with what is right. You have to have an ethical way of dealing with your own desire, your own instincts, your own pleasure. That's all fine, as long as you are respecting the principles and you don't forget yourself, that you experience all this. This is something which is important. It has to do with culture, it has to do with art, it has to do with creativity. This is part of this life. So everything has to be balanced. It's not because we think about life after life that we neglect this life. And it's not because we are serious with this life that we have to neglect life after life and the other life that is coming after this one. It's all about being balanced, being in a way experiencing both at the same time, and having in our mind that we are coming back to God and we are respectful of His gift with this life by experiencing and taking our share in this life. This is essential. This is part of the Islamic message. Be balanced. Know what you can get from here and prepare yourself for what is coming after this life, because one day you will be back home, and home is God. Don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them. Life is fragile. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.